Okay, I want to get in on this cash for clunkers discussion. Now, I understand that we do honestly need to take the clunkers off the road because they are polluting the atmosphere and because they are using up gas and oil, which is running short in this world, and we need to conserve it. Yeah, we got to get the clunkers off the road. But I have a few opinions on that. If a person wants to get a big rebate the way it's set up now, they can go buy a cheap car for a few $100s and turn it in. That way, it eliminates all the cars that the poor could actually afford to buy when theirs break down. If the poor could afford to turn their cars in and start making car payments, they wouldn't be driving clunkers in the first place. This will force a lot of people into having to take out car loans because the cars that they could have bought will be gone. I bet most of those cars that people have to take loans out on when they could have had a bought and paid for car are going to get repossessed. And then the people won't even be able to drive to a job if they are lucky enough to have a job. Now, come on, let's use some common sense. I looked on Google, the world's cheapest cars. It says that India-based Tata Motors is making a Nano, which will roll out later this year. And you know what the price tag is on that car? It's about $2,500. That's right, brand new car, $2,500 that will get a person to and from work. It's a four-door car, and it's going to be the world's cheapest car, and it's besting the next cheapest, the Suzuki Mirati 800, which sells for about $4,994. And it costs slightly more than the Cherry QQ, which is from China by Cherry Automotive and sells for $4,781. Now, none of these vehicles are going to be available in the United States because they are barred from entry because in their current condition, they don't meet the U.S. safety and emission standards. Well, you know, we're supposed to be like a really smart country made with, populated with really smart people. If that's the case, why the heck can't we make a car that does meet the current U.S. safety and emission standards for around $5,000? Why can't we put our people to work on assembly lines making cars for that price? Because if they can make them and sell them in India at a profit for that amount of money, why can't we just make them and make no profit? Now, if they're going to give you $4,500 toward a car, why not give you a whole car for $4,500? Yes, I understand India does have cheap labor, and we have to pay our auto workers that would make these cars. But I say pay them a reasonable amount. Heck, pay them twice what a guy at McDonald's would earn. That would certainly employ a lot of people and turn them back into taxpayers. And I think that if we use our technology and our wits, we ought to be able to make the cars as cheap as India does. Because after all, we wouldn't have to be carrying them halfway across the world to get to the people who would be owning them. So someone please tell me, if they're going to give you $4,500 for your old clunker against another car that's going to put you into debt that you may not be able to repay, why not give you a car in exchange for your old clunker, which is bought and paid for? Now, I know a lot of you aren't going to like what I said in this video in any way, shape, or form, but the fact of the matter is, we do need to cut down our oil consumption in this country. It is essential. And we also need to do what we can to help the environment. Because this discussion isn't about whether or not you think there should be giveaway programs. This discussion is going on the presumption that the program is going to happen, whether you approve of it or not. I'm suggesting that maybe we better make the darn program better and not make people go into debt when we could actually leave them in the same position that they are in, only with maybe a little bit better car, instead of putting them in a worse position through a program that is supposed to help them. And that's SF being radical today.